Hello everyone, this is part 3 of my Let's Play. There's been a little bit of a gap between this playthrough and my previous two, and in the interim I've have a different play file that I've also been tinkering with. So yeah, I've learned quite a few new things and I'm going to try to implement them in this save file. Yeah, so if you guys watched my chicken tutorial, you guys should know you should pick them up and nudge them a little bit like that. It's raining again today, so I can't let him out in the yard, otherwise he might lose a heart. After doing some tinkering, I think I found out that animals don't really die in this game. Even if you don't feed them, they still don't die. So I know some people were worried about that, but you don't have to worry about that. Yeah, also in my other game I realized cows, like in my other playthrough I went with cows and like I started to get a male cow and then a female cow and bred them and then got a whole bunch of cows. But yeah, in this game, like milk doesn't really sell for enough to really make it worth it. So sheep on the other hand, I found that they make a ton of money. So my goal right now is going to be to make 3,000 gold and then buy a sheep. And sheep are actually really ridiculous because it costs 3,000 to buy a sheep, and then like 5 days later you can shear the wool, and then after you shear the wool, it's already gives you back that 3,000 that you invested. So then everything from there on, it's just pure profit. And they're a lot less maintenance. Okay, also another thing that I've realized from my other playthrough is that, a couple of things. Here I'm going to make a ton of milk soup for several reasons. Number one, I've realized that it's really important to get your cooking skill up. In this game, you have to cook a ton before your cooking skill goes up. So, yeah. That's one reason. And then the other reason is that if you make milk soup out of milk, then you can sell it to Van and you can get like 50% more gold doing that. So yeah, it's a lot better to take your first milks that you get and make them into milk soup. But I also do want to save a few milks so that way I can complete quests and things like that. Also before I was kind of laid back more on foraging, but yeah, now I'm just going for broke. Like all the foraging stuff, I'm gonna try to get it every day so that way I can make a little bit more money. Yeah, and as I said before, you can go to these guys and they'll give you a new recipe every day, up until you increase your up until you get all of the salads and soup recipes. Then you have to upgrade your cooking ability before they give you any more. So yeah, I'll be talking to them every day. Here is Carter saying good morning to me. But yeah, I'm gonna have to wait a little bit before I can go to the archaeological site. Another thing that I found out in my other play file is that one thing that you want to do early and as quickly as possible is befriend Daryl, the mad scientist, because he's going to give you a seed maker if you become friends with him. And he really likes fish, so I'm going to catch some fish just so that I can give them to Daryl, so he'll be my friend. And then hopefully he'll give me a seed maker. But yeah, I really like fishing in this game because it's really simple. If you've seen some of my other videos where I talked about fishing, I always say that the simpler the mechanic of fishing, the more I like it. Yeah, so the fishing in this game is really simple. There's just a shadow, and then it'll go to your thing, the bobber. I don't really know fish terminology. But yeah, the fish will bite, and then as soon as you see the exclamation point, you can just push the button again, and it pops up. No crazy minigame or anything like that. Okay, so right now, I still have one quest that I haven't completed. Yeah, in this game, also playing this playfile and another playfile, I've realized that each playthrough, you're going to get the same quests, and it looks like you get, the first year you're going to get 4 quests per season. They give you 2 at a time. So on the 1st and the 6th, there's always new quests. And the quests are kind of funny because some of them, they have really bad rewards. And some of them, they're kind of good, but there are some like achievements that are related to the quests. So even the ones that aren't really that, like the payoff isn't very good, or you trade something better for something worse, like I'm still going to try to complete them just to, try to complete all of them. Some of the later ones, they're a little bit difficult. Hopefully, since I know that they're coming, I'll be able to do them a little bit better. But yeah, that depends on a few things. Okay, so here we're going to look for archaeological items. And with this, I don't know if you can see it very clearly. You might have to zoom in, but you can kind of see some of the items. They're like near the top. And so if you dig there just a few times, then you'll get the items. So I could see those, so I've dug there. But then you can also try to dig in spots that aren't dug up yet. And then this is the part where I'm not 100% sure, is that some spots, it's like you'll keep digging there and then nothing ever comes. But with other spots, sometimes it doesn't look like there's anything there, but then you dig a few times and you can find it. Okay, this right here is the best thing to possibly get. It's a golden fork, and you can sell this to Van for 1,000 gold, which in the early game is quite a bit of money. So yeah, since I got this golden key, I'm all set. Once Van comes to town again on the 8th, I'll be able to buy the sheep. And in this play file, my goal is going to be to have a male sheep and a female sheep, and then I'll just breed them. And hopefully that makes me a lot of money, because in my other play file, even though I'm like, I got to like year 3, I'm on year 3 in that file, and I'm not making that much money. So hopefully sheep are the better route. Okay, so yeah, every time you go to the archaeological site, he wants you to show him what you found, and most of the time he'll just be disappointed with what you found. Because he doesn't like any of the things that, like, there's multiples of them. He just likes the ones that have like a text from an ancient civilization and stuff like that. So everything else that you find, he just lets you keep it. Okay, I'm just checking. Oh my goodness. So I kind of want to marry Cody in this game. But I just looked at the hearts, and he's at 0 right now. So we're gonna have to work pretty hard to get his heart level up and friendship level up. He starts the lowest, and I've really found that he's like the hardest to level up. But yeah, we're gonna try. Because it's raining, he's probably not gonna be walking around outside. Okay, here's Nami. She doesn't mind the rain. She'll keep walking around even when it's raining. So if you didn't know, this is where Gordy, oh no, we just missed him. It's kind of bad for him to go inside because it might be difficult to give him flowers now. Okay, I can talk to him. But yeah, if he's folding his arms, then I can't give him an item. And that's something that I've realized throughout this whole game, is that if somebody's doing something or they're in like an awkward pose, then it's not going to let you give them the item. Okay, also Daryl is not awake yet, so we cannot we can't give him those fish yet. He must wake up at 1 o'clock. So yeah, it's only 12:50. Have to wait just a little bit longer, and then I can go in there and give him his fish. In my other play file, I got him to become my friend pretty easily because he accepts 2 fish a day. Here he is. Okay, so now let me get in my inventory, and it seems like he likes all fish, so it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what type of fish it is. He says it's his favorite. Can he have it? Yes, of course. Okay, and then I can give him a second fish right away, and he accepts it. So yeah, that's another thing about this game. I'm not sure if it was the same in the original, but in this game, some people you can give them 2 items a day, and then other people they're only going to accept 1 item a day. Daryl, thankfully, is one of those people who accepts 2 things a day. So yeah, with him, you can just take 2 fish to him every day and get his friendship level up really quickly. Okay, so it's raining, so I don't have to water my crops. Oh yeah, here's another thing that I've slowly learned. If something's going on, that will be big. That thing, that blue box by my house. Okay, so my chicken's awake, and I got that chicken feed as you saw just there. So yeah, you have to order chicken feed and then it'll come. But yeah, that chicken feed is gonna last a long time. So yeah, I don't have to worry about keeping the chicken feed in my rucksack. Although in this game, like, you start out with a huge rucksack, like you're never going to fill it up. At least I never have. Okay, so here's like the intro scene with Gustafa. Yeah, in my other play file, I actually married Gustafa because he's like really nice in this game, and yeah, I think he's kind of like a little bit, he's got a certain charm to him. Okay, do you know my name? My name is Gustafa. Welcome to Forgotten Valley. You were doing greetings with Takakuta, right? No, because I skipped that. He said, I missed the chance that day, but I wanted to say hello to you. Haha, don't worry about it. It's a greeting. You're doing well now, right? When you have time again, come and visit me. If you don't mind, let's sing together. Yeah, his character is all about singing. Okay, excuse me. Good luck with your farm work. Yeah, his character is just like, it's a little bit too focused on music, actually. Yeah, I liked it the first year, but it's like he wants his child, he's also going to want his child to be obsessed with music. And then, he's always off singing and things like that. So yeah, I still like Gustafa. For me, like Gustafa, Matthew, and Cody, like they're all good marriage candidates. Rock, on the other hand, he's the one who I've never, I don't really like him at all. Maybe one play file I'll also marry Rock, but probably my last play file. Yeah. Let's see. What else am I trying to do today? I never got to give flowers to Cody, but yeah, I don't know if he's gonna walk around his house or what I should do about that. So here's Matthew. Here's the other one that I would marry / will marry if I can't get Cody's heart level up. I'll probably try to marry Matthew instead. Oh, okay, we got another cutscene. Okay, someone's calling me. Doesn't say who it is. Oh, it's Vesta. Okay, let's see what Vesta wants. Hi, how are you doing? Okay, so she wants to teach me about farming, and then she says, my younger brother Matthew, let me know if there's anything I can help you with. I've lived on the farm. I know it's kind of difficult on the farm sometimes. Now she's going to try to call Matthew over to come and talk with me. But he doesn't like that. He says that he's a little bit busy right now. And Vesta's like, nah, come on, it's okay. You can come and talk to us for a bit. And then he says, Ch. Yeah, he likes to work and he doesn't really like to have small talk. Okay, so she's introducing us and saying, he's new to the farm. Then here, Eli came all the way here. The valley's getting lively. He's getting used to the new life here. Maybe sometimes things will be a bit rough. The city used to be really lively. Now it's a different story in the valley. So yeah, he also moved to the valley, but Vesta, she's been here a while. And then now she says, I suddenly have some urgent business that I forgot about. You two can continue talking. So then she leaves Matthew with us, and he tries to stop her, say, hey, wait a minute. But yeah, then Matthew says that Vesta is pretty stubborn. And then, yeah, here he doesn't really know what to say. So he just like makes some noises. Eto. And more nothing. And then he asks, is there anything wrong? Nope. Oh, okay, that's good. Well then, I have a job to do, so guess I'll get to that. And he runs away. And that's the introductions to Gustafa and Matthew. Okay, so here's a bunch of flowers. As I said before, I'm not gonna let any of these flowers go to waste. I'm not really 100% sure how often they spawn. I think it's maybe like 2 or 3 times a season. My first few days, I thought maybe I don't want to take all of them because they won't spawn anymore. Like I thought maybe they were like the grass on your farm where they kind of have to spread. But the more I play the game, the more I don't think that's the case. I don't know if this is right, but my feeling is that these will spawn, as I said, 2 or 3 times a month, and then like you have like 2 or 3 days to collect them, and then if you don't, like you're just out of them. So now every time I see them, I'm just gonna grab all of them. Yeah, because I don't think that they're gonna like spawn more if you leave a few to like repopulate or whatever. Okay, so now it's 4 p.m. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, I can sell my eggs. Yeah, I don't have a male chicken yet, so all of the unfertilized eggs, I can just sell them. Okay, so with the dog, I'm still kind of trying to figure this out. With the dog, this is the dog training. You can push the different buttons and then he'll do them and he'll get a heart. And I know the more you do them, like the better he'll do them. So you see here, if I keep having him go in a circle, he'll go like a little bit further each time. Let's see how many times I can get him to do it. Oops, he's still going at it. Okay, now he's upset with it. Okay, so it looks like maybe you can only do the same trick 5 times, or maybe there's like a total number you can't get up to. Okay, but see, this is his skills, and right now he doesn't have a single like paw in any skill. Yeah, in the older game, if you would train your dog, then it would prevent Murray from stealing your food that you leave in the fridge. But actually in this game, Murray or Pooey, he doesn't steal your food anymore. So I'm not really sure if training your dog does anything, honestly. I mean, honestly, you can see that he does the tricks better, but I don't know if it actually like does anything. Maybe it'll affect like what your child likes or something. I do know that the more the dog likes you, the more he'll like try to run to you and follow you around the farm. But yeah, I'm not sure if dog training does anything beyond that. Okay, just double checking everything on the farm to make sure everything is good. Okay, and then I'll call it a day. Go on to the next day. Yeah, I think you'll see like a random scene every day. Chapter 1 has a little chick by your save file. Okay, so now it's the 6th. It's not. See, when it's cloudy, you don't know if it's going to rain or not throughout the day. Like if it's sunny, then you don't have to worry about it raining. But if it's cloudy, you don't know if it's going to rain or not. But yeah, I'll let my animals outside, and if it starts raining, I'll just run back and put them back inside. Okay, so let's get some milk from my cow. Okay, she's still giving the B rank milk, so that's good. Yeah, I accidentally wasted my fertilizer in this play file. I should have used them to, see, this is what happens when you nudge your chicken. You shouldn't wake it up. Yeah, I should have put my fertilizer in that area right there. So that way it would start growing and growing. But I'd wasted it on crops in this playthrough. And actually in this playthrough, like I really wasted it because I just used them all at the same time. So it didn't even level up that crop. If you want to use it for crops, then you should use it on the same one and like use fertilizer consistently while it's growing. But yeah, as I said, you make more money changing the milk into milk soup. So I'm gonna cook some milk soup, save most of it for Van. Okay, so if it's not going to rain, then I'm going to water my crops again. Yeah, I really like the way that watering in this game works as well, because you just push the Y button and then the square, it'll like auto jump to a nearby one. So if you just stay in there, you can just push the Y button again and again, and your character will just glide as you see him gliding along there. Yeah, this is really smooth. Got them all straight in a row. Okay. And yeah, the forageables on your farm, though, you'll get them every single day. Like those spots that I picked up just there, they seem like every single day they spawn. Okay, so I can check the weather to see if it's going to rain today. Also, how lucky am I going to be? Okay, this guy is saying that it's going to be a cloudy day. So I think that means that it shouldn't rain. I think if it was going to rain, I think he would say it's going to rain later in the day. But yeah, I don't always check the weather report, so that's one of the mechanics in the game that I'm not 100% on. But I think they're always accurate. I guess we'll see if it rains today. If it rains today, then maybe he's not always correct. And if it stays cloudy, then maybe the weather report is correct in this game. Okay, so picking up all of these flowers, every single one. But see, these in here, they haven't respawned yet. So it's not like in some games where, the same forageables spawn every single day. In this game, it's a more complicated system than that. Yeah, so here we got another salad recipe. You can get new recipes either by talking to them, or if you know what the recipe is, then you can pick like freestyle cook some food. But you do have to pick the right category then, and you have to have those ingredients, obviously. So I still think it's good to talk to the sprites every day. Okay, here's Carter doing his morning exercises. I'll hop in here so you guys can see Flora and you can see the inside of their tent. Got a bunch of archaeological maps and artifacts and things like that. I really like the attention to detail in this game. Someone in my comments on one of my last videos, they said that they didn't like the graphics or the style of this game, and I was just like, wow. like for me, the graphics and the style of this game, like they're really, really good. Like I love the aesthetic in this game. I mean, I guess you guys can let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of the graphics and the aesthetic. But for me, like, I would love it if they just made more games with the same system. Like, and also it's kind of weird to me that Friends of Mineral Town, Olive Town, and then this game, it's like they all have like a different graphical style that they use. But for me, like this game, this is the style that I like. I kind of like Olive Town's style, but yeah, I still prefer A Wonderful Life. Okay, so look at the bulletin board in the background. It's got the blue on it, so that means that there's new quests. Okay, there's a quest from Molly. She wants milk, and Rock, he wants fish. And then afterwards it said, you know, any type is fine. Okay, Rock's not here. So Rock should be in this room. It's locked. And Nami should be in that room, but it's locked. It's kind of weird. It's like 10 a.m. I thought they would be up by now, but guess not. But yeah, those two quests, they're easier to do. Like milk, your cow gives you milk every day. Okay, here is Molly. So yeah, this is a good thing, is it's really easy. Okay, so gave her the milk. She says, thank you for bringing it to me. It makes me happy. I don't know why in this room, the camera angle is at like a weird slant. It's really weird. Okay, so she's giving me seeds. This is a good trade. Just 1 carton of milk for 5 seeds. Okay, he's saying welcome. Yeah, so that was a good trade from Molly. Thank you, Molly. We can plant those seeds later. But yeah, these quests, they're funny because sometimes they're really, really easy, and then other times they're a little bit on the difficult side of things. But yeah, you guys saw today, I got that quest and I completed it within like, you know, what, 1 minute? But yeah, some of them are not that easy. Although actually, like the first few seasons, most of the quests are on the easier side of things. Okay, let's see if there's any forageables. Sometimes there's a bunch of flowers growing by this pond here, but not today. Okay, and there's Gustafa walking around. Some of the people, it's really easy to get their heart levels up, so I'm going to try not to talk to them too much because I don't want to, you know, marry certain marriage candidates. So those, for now, I'm going to try to not talk to them every single time. If you wanted to date Gustafa, then you can give him flowers and you can just talk to him, and it's really easy to get his heart levels up. But yeah, I'm still looking for Rock, and I want to give the fish to Daryl. Another person that I want to befriend is Nina, because she also has like a special recipe that she gives. Yeah, this is Chris's house. Welcome me to the house. Okay, and there's Hugh. The people in this game, it's like they'll say different things depending on where they are. Like if you talk to them outside versus you talk to them in their home, they'll usually say different things. Okay, so Nina's home is closed. That must mean that she's out and about. Okay, so here's Galen and Nina. Okay. So yeah, I really want to make sure I talk to them every day and also sometimes give them gifts. Okay, let's see. Nina likes flowers. Again, everybody who likes flowers, it's like really easy to befriend them. With Nina though, she doesn't accept 2 of them. So look, if I try to give her a second flower, she's not going to accept it. So like I was saying earlier, some people, they accept 2 gifts in 1 day, and other people, they don't. For example, Lumina is someone who would accept 2 flowers a day, But if you try to give Cody 2 flowers a day, he's not going to accept it. He's only going to accept one of them. Okay, so I don't know if Cody's staying in his home because it's cloudy, or this is something somebody else was also talking about in my comments, is we weren't sure if people do the same schedule every day. Someone was complaining, saying that they think that they do, but I mean, my play file, I haven't found that, because like sometimes Cody's out and walking around, and then sometimes he stays in his house like almost all day. So yeah, I don't think people follow the same schedule like they do in most farming sims. Okay, so here is Daryl. Going to talk to him and give him some fish. Okay, he says it's his favorite. Fish number 1. Now let's go to fish number 2. Give this to him as well. Daryl is another character where there's like a lot of scenes with him. Yeah, we'll see more of those scenes later. Yeah, let me check what our friendship level is so I can see about how much longer it's going to take me to get that scene with him where he gives me his invention. Okay, looks like we're going to have a little bit more. Looks like it's going to be at least a few more days before he'll give me the seed maker. So I just have to keep fishing, talking to him, and giving him the fish. Okay, I don't think he's going to come out of his home anytime soon. So he's in the corner with his arms folded. So yeah, I like looking at this first-person view. If you turn the camera on, you can see everything in their home up close. So yeah, I'm kind of waiting around a little bit to see if he will start walking around. Then maybe I can give him the flower, but he's just standing there, so maybe no flower for Cody today. Okay, so walk back to my farm. Let's see. What other quests did I have? I know I'm gonna have to give a fish to Rock. Okay, there's Rock walking down. Okay, so yeah, the bottom one is to give him the fish. Give him that last fish I got. And then he'll open up his pocket and give me something good. No, see, this is one of them that I don't think it's a fair trade. He just gives me something that I can forage. Like, I would rather have kept the fish and, not gotten those 5 forageables. But what are you going to do? Another thing that's kind of weird in this game is the time of day that the chicken lay eggs. I'm not sure if it's slightly random or how it goes, but it's not like other farming sims where you get it right in the morning. Yeah, also in this game, I've realized it's better to plant the crops here because this is slightly higher quality soil. So might as well use the higher quality soil while you can. But I think if I don't use fertilizer, it's still just going to be B quality. Okay, I'll start watering these. Some of these, I think they're almost ready to harvest. Maybe tomorrow or the next day they will be ready. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be able to buy a sheep by the 8th, the day that Van comes. The day that Van comes, I'll just buy, I'll just go to his shop as soon as I can, make that money, and then buy a sheep. Yeah, Takakura, he always tells you like tips about how to run the farm and things like that. Okay, so I could see that the box was open, so just 100 gold is what he gave me today. Let's see. Run back into town right quick. Let's see. He's still in his home. 4 o'clock. So he must have spent like the whole day. He must have spent like the whole day in his home. Um, Maybe there's a chance that he's not going to be folding his arms anymore, which means that he could, accept flowers. Oh yeah, the other thing I was going to say is, you notice that he has this G sign outside. I think that's maybe part of the reason why they decided to switch his name to Gordy in the English release. Oh wow, that's cool. You can actually see them climb up the rope. See, that's what I like. I like that there's a bunch of like little Easter eggs in this game. So as you're playing, sometimes you'll just see something that's kind of cool. Okay, and there's Lumina. But yeah, I've never seen that before. I mean, even in my other play file, I never saw them like actually go up into their home using the rope. Okay, 5 o'clock. Cody still not leaving his home. And he's still... Okay, so look, I'll try to give him... So yeah, let's see if I can maybe like push past him. Give him a flower. Nope. Well, I mean, I guess I don't have to give him a flower every single day. I can just, there are other days where he walks around, so it'll be easier to give him a flower when he is walking around. Oh yeah, this is also, you can like organize your items by pushing the plus button. So you push X to open up your rucksack, and then you can push the plus button to sort them. Okay, so now the cow is ready to give milk again. The cow is supposed to be on a 10-hour schedule. So the days when, if I have a cow and I want to milk them, I try to milk them as soon as possible. So that way I can get the second milking as soon as possible. If you milk them before 7, then, you can milk them again by 5. Okay, so that's the end of another day. So I just got one more day to prepare for the arrival of Van. I like to save it every day just in case something happens. In this game, you don't like saving and sleeping, they're not connected anymore. So you always have to do it separate. Okay, today is a sunny day, and looks like some of my crops are ready. Okay, see, it's morning and no egg from my chicken just yet. And right now she can only lay unfertilized eggs because I don't have a male chicken. I'll wait until I buy my sheep, and then I'll buy the male chicken after that. I just don't want to not have enough money to buy the sheep. I think if I started a new play file, I might just day one buy a sheep. But actually, I don't know if that would be the best thing to do either, because then you wouldn't have any money left, because I think you start off with just enough money to buy a sheep. Then you wouldn't be able to grow any of these crops. Since it's a farming sim, I do think you should have some farming, right? Although I don't know if it's just my personal feeling or if it's the developers also thought this, but I feel like this game has more of an emphasis on ranching, growing the animals, than farming. But I guess maybe that's not so true year 2 on, because from year 2 you can start making hybrid crops, and then it's kind of there's a lot you can do with farming. That's another aspect of the game that I'm not super knowledgeable about at the moment, is hybrid crops. If you've been watching to now, you probably know that this game has a lot of different systems, the system for sheep and cows and chicken. It's all completely different. And then farming is all completely different. And there's a lot of different systems to learn and master in this game. This is one of the more complicated farming sims. Okay. So I got that tomato, so now I can complete this quest with Cecilia. Give her this tomato. Let's see, is she gonna give me something good in return? No, it looks like she just gives me some eggs. Yeah, I could have checked the quest to see what they were going to give me, but I forgot to check it. Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter because they just give it to you. But yeah, 5 eggs for a tomato. I mean, I guess it's barely worth it. But again, I'm just trying to do as many of these quests as possible just to see what happens. Yep, and I'm gonna be foraging all of the flowers that I possibly can. It's like they pop up and then it's just like a ton of them all at once. So got all of those flowers. Flowers are good because you can make a little bit of money. Later you can put them in the fertilizer to get fertilizer. And a lot of people like flowers, so having a ton of flowers is always a plus. Yeah, so I'm trying to get as many flowers as possible. Good morning, Carter, doing your morning exercises. Let's see if there's more forageables over here. Yeah, okay, there's a ton of flowers by this pond as well. So you see today's the 7th, and even though I've been collecting all of the forageables, like a ton of them also spawned today. Hello, Pooey. I'm gonna eat the mushroom and talk to the sprites again so I can see what recipe they can give me. You can talk to any of them. It's always the same. So, okay, got a new recipe. Thank you, sprites. This is probably my favorite area here. You got those plants that give off the light, so the lighting there is different. Yeah, so this one it says like, oh no, is he injured? Because like his leg is like bandaged up. There's a few wild animals in this one, and I'm not sure if anything happens with them or they're just there to like look cute, you know? But yeah, anywhere you go, you can push in the stick and take a look around. Probably should be fishing right now, but I've only got a few more minutes before they open up the archaeological site. Oh, okay, I thought Flora would come out, but I guess she already went down there. Okay, now it's 10, so that means I can start digging in the archaeological site. So yeah, every time you go in here, the first thing you want to do is kind of like look, and usually you can see the artifacts that are kind of near the surface, which means you can just dig a few times and you can get the item. You can get like coins, and you can get obviously the best thing is the golden key, because the golden key sells for 1,000 gold, which is pretty good, especially in the early game. And you can also get things that like other people like. I usually just sell everything because like people who like the artifact things, it's like Rock likes the human-shaped artifact. But yeah, as I said, I don't really want to become close with Rock, so at least this playfile. Yep, so this is the thing that he likes. It's the human-shaped artifact. Sometimes I'll like go really deep and I'll try to like check all of the spots, but later on I've realized like it's kind of just like I usually just get the ones that are on top and then just go from there. But yeah, depending on how much time I have and how much time I want to spend doing that. But yeah, this stream here, you can run across it. In the original, you couldn't do that. You would always have to like go make like a huge loop to cross. But in this game, you can just jump right over. Okay, if he stays in his home all day again, like it's sunny today, he should be out and about. Okay, so I still have to fish 2 times so that I can give these fish to Daryl. And Daryl, he's going to wake up at 1 o'clock, which we're getting closer to 1 o'clock now. But yeah, with the fishing, there's actually not so many different types of fish, but each type of fish, there's like a different quality, and there's at least three different types of quality of fish. And then yeah, there'll be different fish in this river, in the ocean, and then you can also fish like in the pond. Yeah, I haven't really done a whole bunch of fishing, so I'm not sure like if you're trying to sell these fish, like where's the best place to fish. That's something that I'll have to research later on. Right now I'm just using my fish as presents, so if you're just using them as presents, it doesn't matter where they're from. And yeah, he loves them, so it's really easy to, like, even if it was like a slight boost, if it's a great quality one, it doesn't really matter that much at the end of the day. Okay, here's Gallon. So Nina should be trailing behind him somewhere. Yep, there she is. Okay, I'll talk to her first. Then I will get out a flower and give her a flower. She puts it in her pocket. I don't know, I really like that animation where like they take the things and put them in their pocket. But yeah, it makes it so that they can't always accept gifts. Like if they're somewhere where they're doing something and their hands aren't free, then it's not going to let you give them gifts. Daryl, luckily, he's always in here, and so he'll always accept the fish that I'm giving him. Okay, so I talked to him, fish number 1 and fish number 2. Okay, still no seed maker, but if we keep it up, it should be pretty soon. Okay, so it's past 1 o'clock. Do we think that Cody's going to be going for a walk? Well, it looks like he's not. Yeah, Chris, sometimes she'll also like hang out outside of Cody's house. So we could see her there. Okay, here he is, still crossing his arms. Okay, I'm gonna give him a flower if it kills me. So let's just keep like running into him. Okay, there he goes. I got him to walk a little bit. Here we go. Okay, so maybe I can always just like run into him and then he'll like move his position. But yeah, then if you try to give him a second flower, he's like, no. Okay, so we got Cody to accept our flower. Let's see, does he love me yet? 1 heart. Okay, when I started, he didn't have any hearts, but now he's got 1 heart, so we're going places, people. But yeah, I'm kind of curious to see Cody's heart scenes because, yeah, we haven't, like, he wasn't a marriageable candidate before this, so it'll be interesting to see what his scenes are like. Okay, I still got a bit of time, so I guess I can do some fishing, get those fish that I'm going to need for Daryl tomorrow. Yeah, and tomorrow is the big day, the day that Van comes to town. When you start playing this game, you'll get really, like the 3rd and the 8th, those are always big days because Van's gonna come. And it's always exciting to see like if he sells new things. Because in this game, yeah, there's not really that many places you can go to buy things. There's the ranch where you can buy things from Vesta, and then there's like you can go to the cafe to buy food and drinks. But yeah, everything else you can only put an order in with Takakuta or wait for Van. So Van days are very important. Okay, let's get this fish. So yeah, with this game, like once you get the fishing down, like it's really super easy. Even though it looks like he's struggling with the fishing pole, like you don't have to push anything. It just goes automatically. You just have to push Y once to like throw your line out, and then once the exclamation point comes up, you just push Y again, and then he does everything. So it's really simple. You don't really have to put forth a bunch of effort. It just it does everything automatically. So it's really simple. And thankfully in this game, once you throw your line out, you can also move the camera around. Some games, they kind of lock you in to a camera view. Okay, so look, here the box is fully up. That means that there's something in there. So, okay, look, and it's 100, and now if I look at it again, like it's really small. So you can always tell if you have like completed a new quest, or Takakuta has given you something, or your spouse has given you something. Like it'll always pop up, so you don't have to always like check it. When I first started playing, I was always like checking it. But yeah, it's really easy to tell when you have something new. Okay, so here, like I trained my dog a little bit. Okay, none of those other ones are ready to harvest yet. Okay, so it's past 5, so that means that I can milk my cow now. When you have a cow, it's like so much of your day revolves around having a cow. Yeah, and I'm always checking my grass to see how much, if it's spread anymore. Takakuta, he likes recipes, like things that you've cooked in the kitchen, so I'll give him that. In my last play file, I didn't really become friends with him, so I'm kind of curious to see if you become friends with him, how do things change? Because in my other play file, I kind of felt like a little bit weird. It was like he kind of felt like an outsider, I think, in some of the scenes. I don't know, maybe I was just reading too much into it, but it was like my kid was always the one who like invited Takakuta to do things with us. And then he would always kind of act awkward. But yeah, I don't know if that's just his personality or if it's because I'm not close enough with him. Okay, oops, accidentally watered. This is another thing that I don't really understand about this game is sometimes after you harvest a crop, like leaves will drop onto the ground, onto the soil. Yeah, I'm not really sure quite what that does. Okay, so here's the unfertilized egg. Put all my animals back in the farm. Okay, let's see, and then yeah, I'll sell just the egg, because remember we want to, oh yeah, I have 6 eggs, because Cecilia gave me all of those eggs. I'll save some of these, because I think there's quests that use eggs. It's best to have the lowest quality one. Again, with the same thing with the milk. I want to have some milk on hand in case one of the quests requires me to have them. Okay, so yeah, I can make some more milk soup. And it's good because Van's coming tomorrow and he'll be able to, I'll be able to sell all of these milk soups to him. Okay, so I think this is where I'm going to call it for this bit. I don't think there's going to be as big of a gap between this Let's Play and my next Let's Play. So yeah, I'll see you guys again really soon.